They entered the inner chamber and took her directly to the plexiglass room. The small circle of guards paused before the airlock as the technician keyed it open. Once the door swung out, they shoved her into the room, throwing her on the floor, and the airlock hissed to a close between them. Painfully, Serena rose to her feet. She shrugged out of her coat, dropping it on the floor. They may not have harmed her in any permanent way, but she was bruised. Just as she straightened up, the outer lights grew brighter, and the wall lost its opaqueness. She stared out over the dozen or so scientists, technicians, and guards gathered outside the room near the console. Wendikoff detached himself from the group to walk up to the window. "Don't you think you can make your wall disappear this time, Serena? We've reinforced them. Solid steel with a few feet of concrete embedded for good luck. Oh, and if we even think you're about to try and get out of there, well, remember, you are in an airlock. That means we control what you breathe and when you breathe it. What will you do with me? You have an ability. We want to see if we can use that ability to our own advantage." "Like a weapon?" Wendikoff shrugged. "That's not an impossibility," he admitted. "What will you do with Robin?" "That's not my department. Sorry." "I want to see him." "Again, sorry. Not on the docket." Lowering her voice, Serena tilted her head downward as she stared at them. Her image changed, and her body appeared to take on a strange, almost intimidating stance. "Let me out. Now." Her voice was no longer pleading. It was direct, an order, a very soft, very threatening order. "Go ahead, little star girl. I've seen what you can do. I've seen your magic tricks, the disappearing wall and all. Small beans, wood and glass are probably like crumpling paper to you. We've done some redecorating while you were gone. Things aren't going to be as simple as they once were." Serena closed her eyes. They had given her no choice. They were giving her no other alternative. Her fear of what they would do to Robin was greater than her fear for herself. Yet in the back of her mind, she knew she had a power they could not even begin to imagine, and she could already feel it growing stronger. Lifting her chin, she called out, "I am Serena of the Utal to destroy. I will not be used as a weapon. I will not be a weapon." Wendikoff smiled. "That's not a decision for you to make," he informed her, and started to turn away. Several scientists and technicians screamed as they watched the Stargirl suddenly begin to glow like the core of a miniature sun, a halo of intensified heat pulsating around her entire body. As she lifted her arms straight out to her sides, her hands flashed open, fingers spread, and her entire body seemed to push forward. It was as if the entire plexiglass chamber, inner room, airlock, and console were covered in twinkling lights. Lights which swirled, coalesced, solidified, and with her second breath, vanished instantaneously in a blinding flash and hiss of sound.